What's good, Skins fans? What's good, Skins Nation, man? Just got done watching the press conference, man, and it definitely got me excited. Definitely got me excited, man. Everybody said they want to run through a wall right now for Rivera, man. It's hard not to feel that way. It's hard not to feel that way, man. First, we'll get started with Dan Snyder. Dan Snyder is, you can just tell he doesn't like being in front of a lot of people. You can just tell he doesn't like being in front of the camera. The first thing this man says is Happy Thanksgiving. I get it was a joke, but honestly, it was a terrible joke. Didn't make me laugh at all. We know it's January 2nd, and Dan goes up there and tries to make a little joke. But it's cool, though. I like it, Dan. I like it, Dan. I like how he's trying to be different and trying to be more open with the media. It looks like just a tad bit and make a little jokey joke here. It didn't really make me laugh at all. But Dan did say that Ron Rivera went 15-1 and was Coach of the Year twice. He told us to Google that. So make sure you do your Googles. Make sure you do your Googles. We already know that, man. We already know Big Ron or Ron Burgundy was Coach of the Year twice. So I wrote down some stuff, man, because there was a lot of stuff to go over, man. A lot of stuff to go over. Of course, my man Ron made the joke, said that we got him employed. I love that joke. Now, that was a good joke. That joke made me laugh. I seriously did laugh. That was a good one when my man Darius got stiff-armed Shaq Lawson. He basically stiff-armed my man Ron Rivera out of a job. We did talk about that a couple weeks ago. He did say he wanted to make a player-centered culture. So I like that. I like how he said that, we got the guys, we got leaders on this team, Jonathan Allen, Adrian Peterson. We got some leaders on this team. Maybe Dwayne Haskins can develop into a leader down the line, So we got some good leaders here. Terry McLaurin looks like a good leader on and off the field. He looks like a good leader. He did talk about the culture. He wanted guys to be in the community doing things, helping people out. We saw what the Panthers did with Cam Newton. Cam Newton was a great community guy. He was always in the community, always doing community service, helping people out in the neighborhoods. We always saw that on his Instagram. We always saw that in videos. Panthers guys helping out in the community. The Redskins guys, they do that now. I'm not saying that the guys didn't do that under the previous coach. Guys definitely, handed out turkeys during Thanksgiving, went out to the community and stuff like that. They always do it. Every team does things like that. But it looks like Ron Rivera is really, really going to instill that in the new regime here. Talked about discipline. He did say hail to the Skins. I love that. He's looking for his jersey. I don't know why they didn't have the jersey there. Whoever didn't have his jersey ready for him should be fired as well. He did eventually get the jersey. He was looking for his jersey in the beginning of the video. Trying to think what else did he say. Some good veterans. He did talk about the quarterback situation, so we'll get to that very quickly. He did talk about the quarterback situation when he was talking. Somebody asked him about the quarterback situation. Of course, about Dwayne Haskins. He did say that some other quarterbacks will be getting, some veteran quarterbacks will be getting opportunities in September. The way I analyze that answer is, it's going to be a competition. I don't really want it to be a competition. A lot of people want Alex Smith to come back. I just don't think he's going to come back, and I think that's really going to hurt Dwayne Haskins' development. I think it would be better for the Washington Redskins if we move forward with Dwayne Haskins. You saw the last few games that he played leaps and bounds 110% better than what he did when he was under the previous coach. Now, when he got some time with Kevin O'Connell and they were calling plays that worked for him, throwing the ball on first down, not just running the ball on first down, running the ball on second down every time, and setting him up for a 3rd and 10 or a 3rd and 15, 3rd and 9 or whatever. Dwayne Haskins was ready to play. We saw what he did to the Eagles. He was torching the Eagles. We saw how he was torching the Giants before he hurt his ankle, before his ankle got hurt. So a competition between him and Alex Smith, I don't know if I really want to see that happen. I don't want to see that happen at all. I want to just move forward with Dwayne Haskins. I've made a video about that before. Colt McCoy's not under contract and Case Keenum's not under contract. And I doubt we bring back either of those guys. So the veteran quarterback he was talking about, in my opinion, had to be Alex Smith. I like Alex, but after a leg injury like that, it's hard to come back from that. I don't see him coming back. If he does come back, all power to him. But I think it's time to move on from him and just move forward with our future with our young guys, Dwayne Haskins, Steven Sims Jr., Terry McLaurin. We have a young nucleus. Just keep it going, man. They got some chemistry toward the end of the season. Tired of having to do the dishes. Ron Rivera did say that. He said he's tired of having to do the dishes. He was sitting in his house when he was fired, him and his wife and his kids. He got tired of doing the dishes. That's funny to me, man. He said that he was serious. He was like, he was tired of doing the dishes. When he was in his house, had nothing to do. He's unemployed, man. He was unemployed. Let's see here. He did talk about when Dan Snyder did call Ron Rivera the Friday when he got fired. When he got fired that Friday, Dan called him. And also, it's interesting to hear Ron Rivera did say that The job would be a coach being able to make his own decisions. He did say that. So I think the workings of getting Bruce up out of there happened earlier than what people were reporting. Actually, you know what? I think people were reporting Bruce Allen was going to be fired in what was it, November, late November, or early December, or something like that. So the workings of that must have started. I got to look at what day I got to look at what day Darius Geis got Ron Rivera fired by stiff arming Shaq Lawson that hard and running for 100-something yards. I got to look up that day when we beat the Panthers and he got fired. But it looks like the works, that kind of tells me the works of firing Bruce Allen were at the end of November, early December. So it was definitely happening. I think Dan obviously told Ron Rivera that in the interview process back late November, early December, was telling him that Bruce Allen was going to be fired and that I would give you the right to hire your own coaches, hire your own staff, make some player personnel moves, and basically look for the GM. I think Ron Rivera is going to be integral, very important in making that decision of who the GM is. Nobody really asked him about the GM thing. Dan wasn't up there taking questions. I wish Dan was up there taking some questions, but of course the press conference was about Ron Rivera first and foremost. So, but it is about the Redskins. So I feel like Dan could have took some questions. It is what it is, though. Coach under the press, he made another joke. He said 35 hours sitting in the freezer, which was Dan Snyder's house. So he said they had 35 hours interview process of 35 hours in Dan Snyder's house. So basically, Ron Rivera has been hired, like I said, since the middle of December. I feel like Ron Rivera was hired. So they've been talking for a long time. They've had long conversations and things like that. So Ron, I think it was a done deal a while ago. Looking at it, and I wrote down another thing. Ron Rivera said, "Let's roll, let's rock, let's get this money, man." I like that. I love how he didn't say let's get this money, but that's what I feel when he says let's roll. It gets you ready to go, man. Ron said that Dan is saying that he's learning and changing, so we'll see about that. We got to see it to believe it. A good question was, what makes Ron feel that he's going to be successful? When Marty Schottenheimer wasn't successful, Mike Shanahan wasn't successful, Joe Gibbs 2.0 wasn't successful in winning a Super Bowl or getting really past the second round. I'm trying to think else. Of course, the previous coach wasn't successful. Norv Turner, the list goes on to Jim Zorn, all these guys. And Ron Rivera just said he believes in himself. He believes, and he'll bet on himself. You know, I like that answer as well. You know, he believes in himself. He believes in the culture that he set. He believes in the things that he's done before with the Panthers, the culture that he's set, and he's ready to go. I loved all the answers that he gave. I loved all of it. And then he also said if the fans get behind the team, that will be needed. That's going to be huge. Also, that meant a lot to me as well. He said, you know, the Redskins fans, we haven't been happy for the basically the past 10 years, or really ever since 1991. After the Joe Gibbs era, we just haven't had a good team. We really haven't had a consistent team. We haven't been to an NFC conference championship in about more than 20 years, which is ridiculous. And we're a storied franchise. We always talk about the past, and we need to make a better future. We got to start doing things that we did back in the 90s and the 80s. You know, we just haven't done it for years. And I feel like Ron and Jack Del Rio can definitely get it done. Now, a lot of people hating because they say Dwayne Haskins wasn't at the conference. Of course, we saw Adrian Peterson. We saw Darius Geis and people like that. You know, Terry McLaurin wasn't there. Steven Sims wasn't there. So, I mean, it's just a lot of people nitpicking and look at things to hate on Dwayne Haskins. And Ron Rivera did say he was going to talk to Trent Williams. I heard that on the Chad Duke show. He did say that on the radio. He said just to let bygones be bygones or whatever. And, you know, those people that are not here, Bruce Allen's not here, the trainer's not here. So let's talk. You know, he wants to talk to Trent Williams. And that's a great sign. We'll see what happens. You know, if Trent doesn't want to come back, it is what it is. You just got to trade him. You're going to move on and get a second-round pick or something better. You know, we'll see. So I really loved the press conference. I loved it. He said he watched a young talent in the past 6 games. The last 6 games that we had, of course, you saw Jonathan Allen. Saw Montez Sweat getting better with the sack and Dak multiple times. Montez had a good game against the Panthers as well, so he saw that firsthand. He saw Montez doing that. Matt Ioannidis, Deron Payne, Tim Settle, a lot of guys. Some people are saying I'm missing. I keep not saying Matt Ioannidis' name, and it's crazy because we have multiple guys that can get it done. And Matt Ioannidis is one of our better linemen. Probably had the best season this year, better than Payne and Allen. Matt Ioannidis played better than those guys this year. So it's scary when you think about it. Like I said, and you can add somebody like a Chase Young to this defensive front. It's going to be a nasty, nasty defense, man, especially with Ron Rivera and Jack Del Rio. And a lot of people saying I'm forgetting about Reuben Foster. Reuben Foster coming back healthy as well. So the list goes on and on. Obviously, he probably likes the talent of Terry McLaurin and Steven Sims Jr. So it looks good. I like the press conference a lot. Let me know what you guys think about it. So, and I was just thinking to myself, I was like, when was the last time that we forced an opposing team into a false start? Like, we haven't done that in a long time. There hasn't been, I feel like in the past 2 to 3 years, we haven't forced a team into a false start at home. Like, having a road team, kind of like how the Seahawks have that 12th man. Redskins fans, we haven't done it in a long time. People have been taking over our stadium, and I feel like Ron can get it done and get us back. And once again, I just want to preach patience, man. I just want to preach patience. I said it time and time again, Rome was not built in a day. When he did go to the Panthers, his first season was like 6-10 or 2-14, something like that. Then his third season was finally 12-4. So it's going to take some time, guys. It's going to take some time. He's going to have to develop Dwayne Haskins. He did talk about developing him a little bit. He thinks he's a franchise quarterback. I love that he said that. He's a franchise-style quarterback. He did say that he did have him on his big board for the first round during the draft, so I love that as well. So he thinks highly of Dwayne Haskins, unlike the previous coach who we've heard that he had Dwayne Haskins as a second-rounder, different things like that. So I think Ron believes in Dwayne. We've seen what he's done with Cam Newton. Of course, Cam Newton's a different kind of quarterback. Cam can run and juke and all this other stuff and hop over people, run over people. That's not Dwayne's game. It's two different style quarterbacks. But you see that they have very strong personalities, and he let Cam Newton be himself. He's going to be able to let Dwayne Haskins be himself. So I love hearing that. I think Dwayne will definitely be able to develop under Ron Rivera. I think he has the right personnel. And Kevin O'Connell, I'm hoping he keeps Kevin O'Connell. Very upset that he didn't keep Ike Hilliard, but I think he will. I think he will keep Kevin O'Connell. That's what I'm hoping to hear. So let me know what you guys think, man. A lot to talk about, man. Might have to do a live stream. Probably won't be able to do one tonight, but maybe tomorrow's Friday, maybe on Sunday or something like that. I might do a live stream, maybe versus while the Eagles are getting killed by the Seahawks. I might do a live stream during that game because the Eagles are going to get their butts kicked against the Seahawks. So that would be fun just to watch that and talk Redskins football. So that would be awesome. They play like 4:40. So I might go live for like an hour on Sunday for real. That would be real cool for real. So let me know what y'all think, man. I really like the press conference. I can't wait for the season. Once again, Rome was not built in a day. We got to have patience with this team. So, all right, y'all. Peace. Hell to them skins. Wizards 2.